everybody! Sorry about that. What are we talking about? Nothing happened. We've been on starting soon this whole time because I don't fuck up ever.
Pro streamer.
Streamer. Anyway, I am Katie. Kylen and Connor and I play in a D&D game. Well, I'm sort of like a guest, but they play in a game, Dragon Knights, on a Pro Starters channel, and it was canceled today, and I was like, hey, do you guys want to do a random one-shot level 10 that I just, I'm going to improv? I have like a random idea, so let's just do this. And they said yes. There's our sweet angel babies who I'm not going to try to kill. I promise. If you want to go, we can just go from like Connor to Kylen because it's the order I'm looking at. Say who you are, your pronouns, the name of your character, the race, and class. Yeah, that sounds good.
I am still
muted.
on mute. Cool.
We're pros.
We're professional. So yeah, I'm Connor. He, him. But they is also cool. I am I am playing Luna Schnee. They are a rock gnome light cleric of the Huntsman, which is cool.
Yes.
I hope.
Kylen?
Hi, everyone. I'm Kylen. I use she, her pronouns. My character's name is Brynhild Dyrdok. She is a hill dwarf gloomstalker ranger. She also uses she, her pronouns.
Nice. This is going to be very fun. I'm Katie. As y'all know, I use she, her pronouns. I'm going to be the DM who this may or may not blow up in my face. We'll see. If not, it's good for Connor and Kylen, right? So I'm going to read for you, dear viewers, the primer that I sent to my sweet players. You've been traveling together for a while now, adventures untold through the time you've spent together. But as you begin to charter this untold territory, you've come into a haze that you can't quite fight. Can't quite get out of it and find your way through. As you take camp for the night, you do so uneasily. You wake in the morning to find yourself surrounded by fungi and spider webs, the chill of this new location creeping down your spine just as the temperature does. You're in the Underdark, a place told by many to be feared and avoided lest you lose your life. But you're adventurers, and when you take to your day's journey, you continue on as if nothing is out of the ordinary, until you come across familiar sounds. Crying sounds, the sounds of someone in distress. And this is when you have the choice. Follow or forge your own path, a path that you might not recognize as every winding road around seems to change and curl in directions you're unfamiliar with. But when has a crying noise ever been good? And so you do wake this next morning on this phase of your journey, and you do hear in the distance as you're bringing your camp up, putting out your fire, you sort of just hear a little just this like sobbing, crying sound. But it is at a distance, probably a good 50 feet away. But the reason you can hear it is because everything here is so silent. What do you do?
So I take a step and immediately break the silence.
This creepy silence.
So I want to see, because my character has had some previous experience with the Underdark a long time ago. So I'm going to see if I can rack my brain and figure out, okay, is this the cry of some sort of creature? Is this the cry of like a humanoid? Just kind of figure out like what it could possibly be.
Yeah, just give me a perception check.
Okay. Oh boy, first roll.
First roll of the night, yeah.
Come on. Let's see how Roll20 is going to treat me tonight.
It never treats me good, so good luck.
Same.
Oh, look at that dirty.
We need to have someone that Roll20 respects.
Hey.
And it's you.
Oh my gosh, yeah. This sounds like the true cries of a humanoid. You can't tell the race or anything, but this does sound like humanoid cries. Yeah. And it sounds like distress, pure, sad, not hurt. This doesn't sound like a painful cry, but this is a distressful cry.
I think someone's in trouble. We should probably check on them.
We should absolutely check on them. And I will run in the direction of the crying, clanking away in my half-plate armor.
Oh, okay. I mean, maybe we don't have to run, but like, oh, okay. So Brynhild is going to throw her little hood on her little dark cloak and let Luna clank ahead a little ways and then kind of stealth behind.
Oh yeah, roll me a stealth check. If you're going to be purposely stealthful, then yeah, give me a stealth check.
Okay.
I just assume Luna isn't at this point. She doesn't care.
Will protect me.
So since I have on the boots of elvenkind, I get advantage on stealth checks.
Yes. Awesome. Yeah, just let me know because they got either 2 uncommon items or 1 uncommon and 1 rare item because they're level 10. They're good adventurers. Just if you'll let me know if anything needs to be adjusted, that's fine. Just let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, you disappear. It's already dark and shadowy, foggy here in the Underdark anyway. You sort of stick to the shadows as you follow out after Luna. And Luna, it takes it takes a good little jog, but you're going a good speed. You've got some what's the word? You're a pretty big girl. You're a cleric. But you're running up, and as you sort of follow this crying sound, and it's getting louder as you get closer to it, this you just hear, I've lost him, my boy, I've lost my boy. Where is he? And as you come closer, you see the back of what looks to be this humanoid figure, this person, long white hair, their back to you as they're sort of like searching around looking for something on the ground in front of them. And you are outdoors. There's like large mushroom trees that sort of have this bioluminescent glow around you. There are little toadstool caps that are sort of the size of bushes. None of it seems to be like what you would think of poisonous yet. Sometimes in the Underdark, especially you, Brynhild. I don't know how to say it yet. Brynhild
or Bryn for short.
Bryn. Okay, I'm going to say Bryn. Bryn, you know that the Underdark, some of these fungi can be very dangerous. But nothing seems to speak out or, point out to you yet. But Luna, you see it first. This person just like looking around on the ground over and over again saying, I've lost my boy. My boy, where is he? But doesn't seem to notice you. Even the clanking doesn't seem to draw their attention.
Am I getting like any sort of read off of this?
No. Mm-mm. Unless you want to unless you have a move or some kind of roll you want to do. No, this person seems genuinely in distress.
Then I will immediately go up to them. Do you need help?
Oh. And they like look at you, and you see that their eyes are sort of glazed over white. They have this like darkish purplish skin of what you recognize as a drow. And their fingernails are very long, their skin very thin. You can sort of see the darkness of their veins in their body. They're dressed in what looked to be like at one time very finery. This very beautiful silk dress with a high neck collar. Jewels though that are tarnished and rusted. And they look up at you and they just go, oh yeah, yes, I'm so sorry. I've lost my boy, my sweet boy. And at this time, Bryn, you're catching up. Luna had a decent start on you, but you see this person sort of like pulling themselves up because they had been, on their knees, pulling themselves up, using Luna as leverage. And they haven't seen you. You're still very much in the shadows, even with the bioluminescence. But they're like looking at Luna. He just disappeared. I don't know where he is.
Can you describe him?
Oh, he's much, much, much bigger than, well, you, and much bigger than me. And last I saw him, there was something terribly wrong with him.
Wrong how?
He had been transformed. I don't know how or why, but into some creature I don't know. But I was taking such good care of him, and I don't know where he's gone to.
What did this creature look like? I'll say, stepping out of the shadows.
She just jumps. There's more than...
I'm sorry. I forget. Sometimes people can't see me when I'm in the dark. Hi.
Oh, hi. And she just takes a breath because she's seemed to be genuinely surprised by, you being there in the shadows. I don't... It was a large creature, and it took to the waters. It wouldn't leave the waters. No matter how much I sat there on the banks and cried for my boy to come back, he wouldn't leave. He ran off to some cave, and he never came back.
Is that enough detail for me to go off of to kind of think what could be down here that's like amphibious or water dwelling or...
You could probably ask her some more questions.
Okay.
You could probably poke some more, see how she goes.
So
Now, whenever you say transformed, what sort of... Can you describe this... What happened to him?
He was dabbling in some kind of dark art. I don't know. It isn't... Not all of us are the same way, and I think he was trying to deal with some kind of form of dark magic, of some dark school of magic, and he just changed. He couldn't handle the sunlight. His skin began to grow translucent. He hurt whenever I would touch him. I'm not... It was nothing I'd ever seen before, down here even.
And how long ago was this?
Oh, he's been gone for... He's only been gone for a day, but he's been transformed for a month. I thought I was keeping good care of him, but he got out of my sight. He's dangerous. I don't think he should be out on his own.
Oh, that doesn't sound good at all.
And just to clarify, before this transformation, he was drow, right?
He was just like me. He was my sweet boy. I'm sorry. I haven't even introduced myself. This is... You're offering to... You're asking all these questions of a strange woman in the Underdark.
Well, I guess we haven't
very
introduced
trusting.
ourselves either. Oh boy. Bryn is obviously flustered.
I'm Cecily Helvo.
Cecily.
Cecily?
Cecily, it's so nice to meet both of you. And she like wipes her face, and you can sort of tear stained. I'm so sorry. I'm so distressed, and I've been looking for him.
I'm Brynhild. Brynhild ... It's nice to meet you, even under such circumstances. Well,
And I'm Luna.
It's wonderful to meet two kind faces in somewhere such as this, especially after I've lost my boy.
you said he was dabbling in some dark magic. Did he keep any notes, any papers, any...
Not that I know of. When he turned this way, I got rid of all of it. I didn't want that around. That seems like the smartest thing to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense, yeah.
The only place I know is the caves where he used to practice, That's where I think he ran off to, but I don't go there. Not by myself.
Can you point us in the direction?
Yeah.
Of course. Would you like some help, or would you like me to wait? I don't know how dangerous this would be.
How strong does this woman look? Does she seem
looks
like
healthy? She looks, I mean, relatively like a decent, strong person.
I mean, it might be dangerous, but I mean, he's your son, so we can't really stop you.
I don't want to get in the way if you two know what you're doing more than I do.
I'll look at Luna for some sort of guidance on the situation.
I look to the huntsman.
God?
Lord, you want to help out?
That silent man, where you at? If this is your son, and we may need you to get him back, possibly.
All right.
If you come with us and just stay back, perhaps that's best.
All right. I can help as much as I can. And you see her, she holds her hands out and a little bit of flame comes about. I can't do much, but I do know magic.
Oh.
I might be able to help a little bit. And, Bryn, give me a nature roll to see if anything that she's described has sort of stuck out in your mind as a ranger.
All right.
And what's your preferred
favorite terrain?
Yeah, favorite terrain.
I have mountain, forest, and Underdark.
Give it with advantage.
All right. All right. Let's see. Nature. How we do?
9.
Oh, 9. You've been in the Underdark, but this just because I'm going to give you a little bit more information just because you are familiar with the Underdark, but you've never faced anything like this. This sort of sounds like stories you were told as a young girl, of like this malevolent, eel-like apparition that had like psionic abilities.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of that. Okay.
Connor knows what it is.
Well, good thing apparitions are one of my favorite enemies, so we'll be fine.
You'll be fine. She holds out a hand and points to this general direction. There was this cave that he used to practice when he didn't want me to know, of course. But I assume it's dangerous. I never went in there. He didn't want me to.
Well, you can point us in the right direction, and then we can, lead the way, keep you safe, maybe.
Right. It's just I don't want him hurt. He's a good boy.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure it's just a mistake, a terrible misunderstanding or something. I'm sure we can, once we talk to him, maybe we can figure out what the deal is and then set everything straight.
Right path.
Of course, the right path, yes. That's what he needs, the right path. You two, such kind faces. You know the right path, right?
Sure. Yes. Looking over at designated cleric.
The right path is the one marked by the huntsman, of course. And I'll walk toward the cave if she's pointed out the cave.
Yeah, she's pointed it. You don't see it at this point, but it is pointed in the general direction. It's sort of like southwest, along this stream. And are you following as well, Bryn? Because she's took off after Luna.
And I've taken out Lightbringer and lit it, so now it's shedding 15 feet of light.
Awesome.
So Luna and I have this weird dichotomy where they're all about light, and that's great. That's their thing. But light severely cramps my style. So I let them go forward a little bit, and then once I'm in like some dim light, I'll like trail behind.
Okay. Are you staying stealthy, or are you just going normally?
Oh, stealth all the way, baby.
Give me another stealth roll.
That's how Bryn rolls.
Literally, how she rolls.
One day, they will get you on the right path.
Look at that roll. Yes.
Damn.
Love it. Yeah, you get into these shadows. You're, if anything, you're sort of blending in with this light cast off from Lightbringer, plus the bioluminescence of all this fungus, plus the shadows it's created with. Like, this stream of water isn't normal water. You can tell, especially you, Luna, because you have this light and you're sort of, you've taken the lead and you're right up next to it. You see that it's like this thick, not an ichor kind of darkness, but it's a dark purplish looking, like gelatinous sort of water that goes through it. Not exactly like a jelly, but not exactly a water either, sort of in between. If you ran your fingers through it, it'd be sort of like you'd have some kind of resistance, but it's not exactly water.
In my studies, would I have maybe learned of anything that would give off this sort of mucus thing?
You don't even have to roll for it. It's just a normal occurrence in the Underdark. This is just sort of a natural thing that tends to happen sometimes when the Underdark, when the balances are off. There are natural occurring like streams of that, like you could drink that would not hurt you. This is definitely not one of them. You would not want to even touch this.
The huntsman's light is faint here. I don't like it.
Cecily sort of like raises an eyebrow and looks at you. I'm sorry, neither of you. Why are you down here? This doesn't seem like the... And she looks at you, Luna. Somewhere you seem to tread.
This is where my path led me.
And she looks behind her for a moment and doesn't see Bryn. And she says, does your friend do that a lot?
Yes.
All right, well, I guess it's good to know there's someone watching your back even if you don't know they're there. Anyway, I'm very grateful that the both of you are here. I do hope nothing bad happens, though. This place has been out of balance for months. Maybe even more. A year, maybe. My tribe. It's ruining us. Ever since my boy began to play with the dark magic, things have been wrong.
And where did he learn this?
I'm not sure. He disappeared for a very long time. He went above ground. We tried to tell them not to leave, but when he came back, he had all these ideas of trying to get justice or something. We didn't want that. She just shakes her head and she continues on. And you see her sort of wringing her hands, but she doesn't continue on in the story. And after about a good 30 minutes or so, she leads you to this mouth of this cave that seems to be built into one of these fungal trees. It's you see like the differing parts taken out of it. It's got differing beautiful colors lit up in this, you know, this dark sky. And as you get closer to it, you can tell that it just goes down. This is it. This is where he would always run off to.
And this area, it doesn't look like it has any of that dangerous, goopy water.
The water is flowing into it.
Okay.
But there's enough room that you could cross if you went like one in front of the other beside it. But yeah, it is going into it.
Okay. And I'll speak up at this point.
You've really got to stop doing that.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's just you know how I was trained, to take advantage of the shadows.
I'll walk closer, let the light of the huntsman wash over you.
Oh. I'll back up. I'm like, oh, Luna, you really don't have to do that. And kind of like get myself in some of the darkness again. As long as we're very careful and walk one after the other, I think we'll be safe.
I don't see why not. You two seem very... I mean, I've just met you, but you seem confident in your abilities. Do you want me to go behind the both of you in case something happens, or?
I can take up the back.
Yeah, you should probably stay closer to me.
All right, I will. She points ahead. She says, like I said, I don't know what lurks inside there at all.
Well, I can. So, Bryn will take this opportunity to cast Pass Without a Trace on the party.
All right.
Perhaps this might make our journey a little safer. Quieter, perhaps.
Okay. It's, stealth, right?
Mm-hmm. Plus 10 to stealth. So, you know...
she needed it.
Let's see. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Shall we proceed quietly?
Yeah, if we're gonna be stealthy, give me a stealth roll. Bryn, Luna, are you going to go stealthily, or are you just gonna book it?
I will douse Lightbringer and try to proceed cautiously. Okay.
So 23, because you're wearing plate armor, so disadvantage.
Right.
Oh. Here we go. Going to stealth.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, good thing she's in the middle. I'm gonna take the two higher ones here because I'm a good, nice person. It doesn't matter. You guys walk in, and this is definitely the inside of some kind of fungus. This isn't the same kind of cave you would recognize. Inside, the walls, although they are solid and thick and like you're not worried about it falling in or anything, you still see how they're sort of squishy. They've still got texture to them because this is the inside of a mushroom basically. And as you walk along, you wouldn't have needed Lightbringer, and you don't even really need your dark vision because it is sort of glowing in here. I don't know if you've played Fallout, the little glow fungus, that's sort of what it's familiar to. You sort of have these little bushels of glow fungus that sort of light your path in various places above you, below you, to the sides. And every now and then you sort of hear this boop, 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 from the water as you walk along it. And both of you roll a perception check, and she will as well.
Son?
That one.
Son, is that you?
Oh my god, she rolled a 6!
It's okay. I'll bring it home.
Please, Ranger, see something.
Son?
What do I see with
You
my
see a
special
20,
eye?
a 27. That is perfect for this honestly low ass DC anyway. I love D&D, y'all. Yeah, you, Luna, you and Cecily are walking along, and Cecily has never been in here, so she's like curiously touching the walls and looking around, curious as to what's happening here.
This
And
light is foul.
I agree, this isn't natural. But you, Bryn, as you're looking like sort of around, you've got these ranger eyes. You're trained to keep an eye on what's coming. Ahead of you, about 40-ish, 45 feet, you see the water bubbling in like this pooled area. It doesn't end here. The water does continue down another path, but this seems to be a bigger pool area in like this rounded off area of this cave. Sort of a cavern. Yeah, it's cavern. That's a word. This cavern area. And you see it sort of smoking up. And Cecily and Luna are continuing on. Cecily specifically touching the walls. But yeah, you see this area just... You hear it.
I'll, since Cecily is closest to me, I'll probably like reach out and like tug at like the hem of like her shirt or something, be like, "That's look ahead. That's not normal." And point at this smoking, bubbling thing.
Oh no. What could that be? And as you watch, she grabs you, Luna, and stops you. And you watch as this cube in this color of purple begins to sort of crawl out of this pool, taking up the space that it was in over the side of like this area of this pool.
A cube?
Yeah, a cube. It's sort of a cube of jelly that's coming out of this pool. And Cecily takes a step back and she says, Oh no. I didn't know that these were... I didn't know this was down here. But why would he be here?
Who's he? I say, trying to keep my voice down.
Why would my son be in a place like this if there are these things?
Well, perhaps we can go quietly around it. Avoid some trouble. I much rather would not like to tangle with that.
Cecily looks at you and then looks at Luna. Can we... And this is a pretty decent sized stream. Do you think we can cross over this with no problem?
Is this cube like in our path or kind of?
It's in the path that you would take. This looks like it could... The stream looks like it could be crossed with a good jump.
Ooh,
Athletics or acrobatics. If that's something you guys wanted to do.
Oh.
Or another way around it. I told you straight up. If you have a cooler way.
Can I try to perceive if there's like a less noticeable path that might take us out of harm's way?
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Come on, Ranger Eyes. Don't fail me now.
Please.
Okay, Ranger Eyes, okay.
You sort of like get low to the ground and look around. You do see that you could make it across this stream easy, no problem. You see as you look and focus in a little bit down, there's another cube. You see the light from the stream radiating off of it as it sort of like wobbles and shimmers. It's sort of just sitting there waiting. Only you see it.
There's another one. And if we don't make that jump, we're in a lot of trouble. We would probably be directly on top of it or next to it. Or in it.
These creatures are foul and must be destroyed.
Oh. Oh boy. Oh, Luna.
You can tell, though, especially with that first perception check, Bryn, that the one that crawled out of the puddle, the pond area, seems a lot stronger and more intact than the one that has been sitting there.
Okay. So you want to fight them then?
I suppose it can wait.
Well, I mean, if we don't make the jump, we're really screwed. So, I mean, and I don't see another path.
The huntsman will protect me, and I'll make the jump.
Athletics or acrobatics, whichever one you want.
Time to die.
Luna's making the dumb. Oh my god!
Actually, the huntsman doesn't give a fuck.
The huntsman said, "New phone. Who dis?"
This is where I'm meant to be.
As she's sinking into the pit. This is where I'm meant to be. Oh no!
Silence plays in the background.
Oh god. You go to jump over this pit, and maybe something catches the bottom of your foot, of your boot or something, but you Bryn and Cecily see you're unable to make the cross of you're unable to make it across, and you take 15 points of acid damage. And it burns, and you guys can smell it as it sort of even begins sort of to eat through this metal armor that Luna wears. You're able to get out of it, though. I will say you didn't go that far. You're sort of able to crawl back up, but you didn't get far enough to the other side, because that was a really low roll. So you're sort of able to crawl back up against, to the side where everyone was standing.
Oh, so back on the side where I jumped from?
Yeah.
Are you all right? You smell really bad.
My pride is a bit wounded, but...
Huntsman, please strike her down.
Is this what the huntsman wanted?
Yes, of course.
But the
Is the cube coming after me, or...
Cube's not moving.
The cube stopped moving?
Yeah, they're still sort of there, wobbly, like a Jello cube, But they're not making a movement toward you yet, toward either of you. Cecily says, "What do you think I should try to get across? Maybe if there's one on the other side, we can catch the other." Or...
I can try. Famous last words.
Yep. Acrobatics or athletics?
Both are the same.
Oh.
No, that didn't work.
Huntsman, please.
What the fuck, guys? I did this so you didn't have to fight gelatinous cubes. Oh, God.
This is obviously a sign, and I'll jump back down. Well, I'll slide back down.
I live here now.
Yeah,
you go to go over it, Brandon. It's maybe your legs are too short. Maybe you didn't get enough of momentum, but you sort of flounder the same way that Luna did, and you're able to crawl back up, but you take 17 points of acid damage.
We are good adventurers.
So is it from us being in the water that's
Yes,
hurting
you
her?
get this is acid.
Okay.
You get this is what those cubes are made out of.
Okay, so I don't go back down.
Yeah, I wasn't taking that seriously.
But
unless you want to, it's your choice.
No, I was thinking like maybe we fell in the cube and
No.
things were bad. The huntsman is clear, and I'll go toward wherever the cube is so that we don't. Oh.
We can ignore that. I pushed the wrong button. That's on me. Sorry.
Oh.
But as you go,
that would have been a lot worse if we fell in the cube.
Yes, it would have. As you go toward the cube, though, how are you approaching it? Just straight on?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, as you go straight onto it, you can enter the space. You do need to make a saving throw. It begins to ooze out this jello that sort of tries to reach around you, Luna. But make a DC 12 dexterity saving throw.
The huntsman will protect me.
So when I'm gonna just give you, I just don't even know what to do.
Here, go ahead.
Roll
Yeah,
20,
you.
please.
Oh, roll 20. Eric
Roll 20
Vulgaris.
Kylen.
Eric Vulgaris. Bryn, you watch this in fear and horror as this purplish hued cube reaches out. You see Luna walking toward it, ready to attack. This is Luna, full force for the huntsman, ready to go. But she can't get this attack off as this cube sort of engulfs around her. Failed save, you take 10 acid damage, and you're engulfed. You can't breathe, and you are restrained. And at the start of each of its turns, you take 21 damage. We're not in combat yet. I'm not gonna make you guys go into combat yet. What are you gonna do, Bryn?
First, I'll panic. And then
Panicking is a free action. Don't worry.
Right, so free action to panic. Do I know if I strike this creature, will it hurt Luna?
You are a good enough ranger. You know where to fire.
Okay.
But you also know that striking this creature can cause it to, at certain times, not all the time, can cause it to, certain kinds of damage can cause it to break up into multiples. You're also that good of a ranger.
Oh.
You know that slashing damage is not good for this.
Ooh, well, a good thing. My forte is piercing damage, so I'll just be like, oh, shit. And I'll go ahead and cast Hunter's Mark on it. And let me go ahead and cast that. And then I will
I need a calculator.
get myself into a position where I have a good line of sight on it. And I'm gonna just pop off. I'm gonna pop off and shoot some arrows at this.
Pop off, baby. Do it.
At this bad jelly. Someone said forbidden jello. It really got me. So
my private home game players are in here just going off, so mad that you guys have decent DC saves. Whatever that means.
all right, so I'm guessing a 12 is not gonna do it.
It hits.
Oh shit.
This is a big jelly. Big old jelly.
All
The
right.
huntsman guides you.
You just hear the huntsman guard.
All right, so that is 12 piercing damage. Let me hit that hunter's mark. So 16 piercing damage.
Yeah.
All right, and I got an extra attack. So I'll, just pew, pew.
Oh,
Hey.
yes.
So that and as a Gloomstalker, I know we're not technically in combat yet, but Gloomstalkers.
You're about to be if you want to save it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll save that extra attack for whenever we actually start combat.
Yeah, if you want. Because I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you're about to be after Cecily attacks. You watch as Bryn fires off 2 arrows right after each other, and they pierce straight by your head, Luna, but they don't hit you. It's like as if the jelly absorbs them.
I don't flinch.
But it doesn't matter. It does seem to pierce right through it, and you sort of see the gelatinous cube split a little bit, but not in a way that it's coming back together, as you know that some sorts of damages do, Bryn. Cecily looks at it, and she's just like, this isn't good at all. And she cast, she's going to I don't know what she's gonna cast. She's going to cast Call Lightning on it. Yeah, that seems good.
It's a level 9 meteor storm.
Level 3 spell.
Power word kill.
I mean, maybe. Yeah, it does not make that save. So wait, I can't remember if it is not immune. Thank God. I was like, well, that was a waste, wasn't it? I'm a bad DM, guys. You watch Bryn, even you see it, Luna, as Cecily just holds her hands out, and you see it because you're right there, Bryn. You see like these sparks of power begin to crackle between her fingertips, and she holds her hands out, and they immediately go to this cube, and power begins to go all through the cube, and you sort of feel a little bit of a tingle, Luna, but nothing that nothing that hurts you seriously. And we are on initiative, so give me an initiative roll. Bryn, Luna, you can't fight back.
Do we have tokens?
No, we don't. We're this theater of the mind because I am I can't do maps, man.
Okay. Are y'all seeing my initiative?
Yeah, I see it. Mm-hmm. Did it not come up for you?
It came up for me.
It did. It's just every time I see the error, I assume that it didn't show up.
Guys, how does a cube have a 0 initiative?
Oh,
because you roll like me.
4 minus 4. Also, I would like to point out that Luna has an initiative modifier -1, and I have one of +8, and you still got higher than me.
Still got higher.
The huntsman guides my path.
So, she Cecily goes first. She's going to keep the Call Lightning on this creature. Let's see if it can make a dexterity saving throw. With a great 1. Yeah, and it once more this power just seems to surge through this gelatinous cube. Your hair's a little frizzy, Luna, but you're holding on. I'll let you make a strength saving throw, Luna, to see if you can start busting through this, but it would take two combat turns to bust through.
2 combat turns. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Give me 1 second.
I don't know if that's actually in the rules, but I don't care. I don't want you not to have anything to do. That's boring.
Well, so I'm inside the cube.
Mm-hmm. You're going to take damage, but I'm going to let you roll regardless. You're going to take 21 points of acid damage.
You gotta eat your way out.
Down.
Would I be able to cast a spell that uses verbal and somatic components?
I don't care. Yeah, do it. I don't care.
Mouthful of evil jello.
It's not the most, enunciated spell, but yeah, sure.
And I will cast Guardian of Faith.
Okay. Does it take
Uh,
dexterity saving throw?
Uh, any creature hostile to me that moves into a space within 10 feet of the Guardian, which I'm assuming that it would be.
Also pop up in the jelly.
Yes.
These zeros, man.
It takes 20 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
As this silvery light emerges from Luna's form and coalesces into because I'm back on my bullshit, a giant bipedal lycanthrope.
I love it.
And it sort of looks down and it's just like, fucking really?
Is that
and
all?
then proceeds to attack and do 20 radiant damage.
Yeah, you see this, Brandon. Even Cecily's mouth sort of drops open a little bit because it's just this big burst of silver light. It isn't even phased by this jello. It's still so bright in this small dark space. Is that all for your turn?
Yes.
Next up is you, Bryn.
All right. I am. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'll take my 2 regular attacks first, and then I'll take the extra attack for the extra damage. So. Okay. So that's good.
That hits
So-
for sure.
It's gonna be 14 piercing damage for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to be, let's see, that's math. 14 for that one as well. Okay. And let me double check. I don't think I put the damage type for, oh, it's just an additional D8. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. And then I'll shoot again. And then I'm going to have to, I forgot to put a little thing for this, so there. Okay, so that one's 13.
Yeah, how do you want to completely massacre this thing?
Oh geez. I'm just gonna shish kebab it like pieces of
Oh, yeah.
jello just like flying and sticking to the wall behind. You know how they say you can't nail jello to a tree?
Brent fucking can.
I can.
You do. You fire off these 3 shots, and they go straight through this jello, piecing it up in huge chunks that go into the soft flesh inside of this big mushroom. And you fall to the ground, Luna. You avoided damage, so good job. It wasn't their turn.
Oh, cool. So I didn't take those 21
You didn't take
points?
the 21 points. No, it was only at the start of their turn.
Cool. Cool.
You sort of fall to the ground. You're still in this, and it hurts a little. It burns your fingers and your exposed skin because it is acidic. But you seem to be like you've been inside of it. What else can what worse can it do to you? But you're sort of there, covered. You're all sticky and goopy, covered in this jello. And you can still see Bryn, the one sort of up the hallway, following the rest of the stream. It isn't moved, but it is on the other side where you guys would have crossed. It's on that other side. You still have this whole side free.
Okay. I'm going to take a bonus action to transfer my Hunter's Mark just in case this thing decides to get hostile on us.
Perfect. Yeah, you do that.
Then I'll just be like, Luna, get out of there. And that's it.
Cecily comes forward and looks at you. Oh, darling, are you all right? You look horrible. Do you need some help?
I'll just touch my face and use some cure wounds because I need it.
Yeah, she's going to do the same thing. She's going to pump some cure wounds into you as well.
Oh, Huntsman, cure these wounds.
Ease my burdens. I am not good.
Luna, roll a religion check for me.
9.
God damn.
You expected me to roll well during this? No.
Yeah. Cecily touches you very gently, like the hands of a mother, and sort of like gently caresses your face. Thank you so much for this. You've what is all this? Just touches you very gently. Thank you so much for risking your life to save my boy. And you just feel this energy, come up and fill you with healing as you heal 17 points. She looks at the both of you and says, I still can't understand why he would be down here with things like that.
Well, whenever we find him, we can set this all straight, I'm sure. I'm sure it must be a good reason.
All right. Is everyone all right then? Everyone okay?
Yes.
I'm a little hurt, but I'm fine.
Then we should continue. I don't know how deep or how long this cave goes. I don't even know what's waiting for us at the end. She looks at you, Luna. After you?
Do you have anything of your sons?
I have a picture of him that I keep in my locket, but that's all.
Would you mind if I see it?
Of course. And she takes off this, it's been like hidden under this high collar of her dress. It's a tarnished silver locket, and she hands it over to you.
I'd like to cast scrying.
All right.
So as I hold it, I say prayer to the huntsman.
Okay.
To show me the boy and let him be safe and help us get him back on his righteous path.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to, is it a wisdom saving throw?
Yes, and I didn't copy over the entire thing, but
yeah, it's do you know what your DC is going to be? Because you have something to it. You have something of his.
Right, I'm pulling it up in D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond.
Hey, not sponsored.
Not sponsored, but wouldn't that be great?
D&D Beyond, please.
Please.
We need that money.
So it's normally a 16.
Mm-hmm.
It's second hand, so it's plus 5. Or minus 5.
Okay. Wait.
This looks backwards, but
okay.
I haven't met them, so the difficulty is increased by 5.
Okay.
But I have the picture, so it's minus 2. So I think the save is 13 if they are not trying to be seen.
Okay, I'm going to roll it on Whisper. I'm going to Whisper roll it so the chat will see it. Okay. You hold this and you say that prayer, and you try to focus in on this, and you open up. Do you open up the locket or?
Yes.
Yeah, it's this about looks like he would be in his 20s or so, young looking man with like his white hair pulled back, looks a spitting image of his mother, and you can tell, Luna, there's sort of a darkness in his eyes. It doesn't, not a nice looking person, and as you do this, you can't get a hold on where this person is at all.
And I'll hand it back.
She takes it and looks at it and then looks at you. Did that work?
No, he is hidden from us. We will find him.
Why is that?
It's this tainted light.
Oh, well. Uh, there has to be a good reason for all of this. If he's, Sasley says he's good, so he must be good.
He is.
Right.
He's the sweetest boy. He would never do this on purpose. I know he made mistakes, but who doesn't make mistakes, right?
Right.
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 Anyway, let's continue on.
Okay. I'll follow behind you guys.
And we go.
Yeah, you continue on. We'll say you're keeping the stealth from before. It's not that important. You do walk by, and especially you, Bryn, you see the cube sort of wobbling like Jello, beside on the other side of this this sort of stream, and you continue on about 40-minute trek. Nothing changes. Nothing like jumps out to attack you. Nothing comes out. Sassily sort of hums to herself as she seems sort of nervous, like she's trying to keep herself calm, a little scared. You guys come to the end of this tunnel into like this sort of wide cavern, and the stream you see ends behind what's built into like this mushroom flesh, built into this door made of stone. And in front of this large 2-panel huge door are 3 statues. One stands there. It's a gray dwarf. I can't say that word. Duergar. You ever say something and like, God, if that don't clip that. Anyway, you see a gray dwarf there with its arms outstretched to cover its eyes like this, and that's on the left. On the right, you see this elven form with an arrow, a bow and arrow in its arms, poised to shoot up toward like the corner of this cavern. And then in the middle is the final statue of a mind flayer. And above it has this sort of like columned part above its head. And these 3 statues stand in front of this door. And Sassily walks forward and looks at it. I don't know what this is.
Can I use my dwarven stone cunning to get a sense of like, what are these statues? What could they be? Who could have made this? All that nonsense.
How lifelike are they?
They're stone. There's like you're not worried about this mind flayer coming to life or not. It's definitely stone.
Yep, that's a rock.
Yeah, it's a rock. It's a rock. Roll a history check.
It's not just a statue.
All right, so
It's a rock.
It's a rock.
My regular history is just 1, but I think
you get advantage, don't you?
it's. Let me look. Okay.
I don't really care. We're gonna say you get advantage.
It says you are considered proficient in history skill and add double your proficiency bonus instead of your regular proficiency.
Yeah,
bonus.
do that.
Okay, so just add 7 to this roll.
Okay. You got it, dude.
All right.
Yeah, you're good. You go up to it, Brennan. You sort of like inspect the statues, and the way that they are standing in front of the door, you get the sense that this is a puzzle. This is something that dwarves long ago, who lived in the Underdark, dwarves that you know of well, they made this in order to keep people out. Whatever is on the other side of this door, this needs to be solved to get in.
This is dwarven make. It's if we want to get to through this door, we have to solve this puzzle. I think these statues are involved.
What looks interactable?
And Bryn, you'll notice they're all interactable somehow. You have to do something to each of these statues to trigger them. And if one of you, Bryn, if you'll roll an investigation check, it can tell you maybe a little bit more information.
All right.
Yes,
Oh,
you have
cool.
to smooch them. Smooch every one of them. You have to solve the two on the right and left before the one you can interact with the one in the middle.
Okay. Is there any text on the statues or on the door that might give me some sort of clue?
On the door, around the edge of the door, and you notice this because like the statue in the middle is smack dab in the middle of like where the two doors would part open. Mm-hmm. You see do you speak Undercommon?
I do.
So you can read the Undercommon script for the 4 seasons. You can read it for spring, summer, autumn, and winter. It's written over and over again along the outline of these two doors. But that's all, and you sort of looking at this get the sense it is for the middle statue.
It's the writing. It represents the 4 seasons. I think it's connected to the middle statue somehow, but I'm not really sure.
And the middle statue is a mind flayer.
The mind flayer, and the mind flayer is holding out. His hands are held out in front of him in sort of like a cup, but that's all.
I'm going to go to the statue of the dwarf. What on this actual statue is interactable? Is it the base, or is it like parts of the actual statue?
You can't interact with anything on the statue, but as you investigate it, because you have a good investigation, you're also a dwarf. As you feel around it, this is something magical. Something needs to be done here involving magic with this statue.
Whenever we're investigating, can I go up to that statue as well?
Yeah, of course. Both. Yeah, you can do whatever. As you're looking at it, and you know it's got like this kind of look at it. You're sort of like looking around. You see on where its eyes are sort of two like ghosted over sapphires.
This needs some sort of magic, but I'm not sure what.
I can't see anything that's tainted light, and I'm gonna cast light on Lightbringer.
Okay. As you cast light on Lightbringer, you watch as this statue disintegrates into dust on the ground in front of you.
All crumbles in the huntsman's life.
Cecily's just like, oh, bless you.
Is that what we were supposed to do? You think that was right? Or did we break it?
As that happens, you hear as the other statue, the elven one, begins to turn, and it lets loose an arrow into the corner of this cavern. And nothing happens, but you hear something. You hear this, like, and you yeah, I'm gonna let both of you roll a perception check. I'm gonna assume you're both looking.
Ranger eyes going crazy.
I like that my reaction just naturally is just to put my head down. Yeah, so It won't get you, Bryn, but both Luna and Cecily.
Oh, damn it.
It's gonna miss Luna, but all of a sudden these two spiders are going to come out of nowhere, phase into material. This material being as one of them sort of jumps out to bite at you, Luna. And I do need you to make a DC saving throw.
Of which ability?
No, I'm not gonna do. I don't know. No, it's just gonna. If you take a hit, you'll take poison. I don't know why it's doing that. But no. Cecily is going to take damage though.
Shit.
Yeah, that definitely hits her. Yeah. So you watch as this spider sort of bites into her, and she screams out in like agony as you watch. She already has very thin skin. You can see her veins. You watch as this light sort of goes through her veins up her arm as she screams out in pain. And that's a lot of damage for her. Yeah, and then all of you roll initiative.
Fuck. Alright.
This is fine.
Here we go.
The huntsman will protect us.
Huntsman, where are you at, bud? What's going on?
Oh, that's a low initiative there, Cecily. You had 19 there, Bryn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. So yeah, they all go before. Oh no, Luna. Okay. Bryn, yeah, you have a reaction. You see these two spiders appear right beside Luna and Cecily. One of them has jumped up and tried to bite Luna, but has missed. The other one has sort of made contact with Cecily's skin.
Okay, I think I am,
You're
I'm
in my
gonna-
light, aren't you?
I'm gonna kind of scoop back up if I can into at least some dimmer light.
Okay.
And then I think, let me see how many spell slots I have left. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and cast a Hunter's Mark on the one who is by Cecily, and
Okay.
then I will start popping off. So,
Time to pop off.
so getting out my longbow again, I'll take some shots. So
All right.
let's. Wait, that's on this page. I am very good at Roll20.
I know that feeling. Yeah, that hits.
Oh, yay. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and do some Hunter's Mark. Okay, so that's
Yes.
15 for that one.
Okay.
And if it's still standing, I'll keep shooting.
Yeah, it's still pretty solid.
Okay,
Bah.
and
Yeah,
then
that hits.
12 for that.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and take that extra attack on that one as well.
Okay.
12?
That does not hit. That just missed it. The arrow, after you fired 2 at it, this one just whizzes right past its head and it's unable to make contact.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
go
that's
ahead.
my turn.
Okay. So that one is the one that you just fired sort of lets its hold on Cecily go, and you watch as it backs up and in front of your eyes goes invisible. You don't know where it's gone to. The second one, who was next to Luna, it's going to try to attack Luna again. 13. Don't think that hits. Does it?
A 13 does not hit.
After it tries to attack you, you also watch as it just goes invisible. Not sure where it's went to. But all of a sudden, Bryn, behind you, another one, you sort of hear the noises. It's like you hear these little legs, and it's going to try. One appears, and it's going to try to bite you. 23?
You know, I think that'll just hit.
Yeah. You're going to take 7 points of piercing damage and 10 points of poison damage as you feel these like teeth go into your body. Probably into I would probably figure your leg. It probably jumps toward your leg. And you feel this pain and this sort of heat radiate up your leg.
Okay, how much is the poison damage? Because I do have resistance.
10. So if it's resistance, 5.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a lot of poison damage, so I'm having it for you guys.
Oh, so generous.
Thank you, merciful DM.
So yeah, that is it's Luna's turn.
So there's only one spider currently in the area?
Yeah, and it's the one behind Bryn. You're not sure where the other two have gone to.
Okay.
You do know that the one that Bryn was popping off on, like legs missing, it was bad, but you don't know where it's gone to.
Well, we still have one here. And I will not use spells right now. I'm going to come up and bop it with Lightbringer.
Bop it.
I will not bop it.
You will not bop it. You try to bop it, but it like dodges out of the way. You know those cool Spider-Man moves? Dodges out of the way. And yeah, you whiff on it, but just whiff. Cecily is going to attack that one. She's going to cast Poison Spray. Let's see if it can make a Constitution.
That lock Constitution save.
But look at what it made.
Wow, fuck us.
And I'm not even like I'm not. I'm that woman in the white Valentino bag vine right now.
Lipstick on Valentino. DC 20 Constitution save.
And she made it. God damn it. Oh, fuck. I try to give you guys someone to help you, and this happens. We'll back up to the top of the round with Bryn. It's the one that's sort of on your leg.
The one that I cast Hunter's Mark on, am I still able to tell where its presence is?
You know what? Let me read Hunter's Mark real quick. If you'll give me a survival check, because it's tracking, yeah, we'll see. I don't think that's unfair, even though it's like in another... You may not be able to hit it, but you'll know where it'll pop back up.
Do I get advantage because it's my favorite terrain?
Yes, you do. You can have advantage. It's your favorite terrain. So you know that these are phase spiders. They pop into the ethereal plane, so you can't actually make an attack on it. But you do know that it has moved over to an area near the disintegrated statue, so away from you guys a little bit. So you are poised to attack the next go around on that one. I'll even allow, if you'll mark it out, I'll allow you advantage to attack on that one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so what are you gonna... I won't make that your action. You can attack the one who's on you.
Okay. And this one is within melee with me, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to...
So the way I do high-level rangers, someone might hate me for this, I don't really care. You're a trained ranger, you know how to shoot in short distances.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's good for me.
Yeah, I don't think that makes sense. You've been training at least 10 levels worth.
How does this work?
How does this work? No, I that's how I do it in my home game. I think it's I think it's right. So if you want to, you don't have to do a melee attack if you don't want to.
All right, cool. Then I will stay put, and I will, I'll shoot my bow.
Yeah, do it.
So, let's see. Da-da-da-da-da. 15?
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So that's going to be 11 points of damage, and then I will attack again. All right. And that's just 5 points of damage.
You make 2 really solid shots, though. It's still solid. It's still standing pretty good, but like you make these 2 arrows, it goes like straight into one of its many eyes, and you guys sort of hear this like loud scream come from it. But I mean, it's still standing, but you did pretty good amount of damage to it. It is the spider that you saw, Bryn. It is going to. You see it make all of a sudden it turns back into the material plane, but it doesn't attack because it is hurt seriously. The second one that disappeared, Luna, it's going to make an attack for you. It comes back to the material plane like that. Oh, that's not the right thing. Sorry. 12.
Quicker than me. No.
Does not hit. Yeah, so as it pops back, you're just like trying to hit at this other spider that was on Bryn. It can't get a hold of you. There's so much happening, but it's back out into the material plane. The spider that you just fired at, Bryn, it is going to try to bite you again. A 12. It tries to get at you, but it's so shaken from the damage you did to it, and you watch as both of you watch as it disappears. Luna, it is your turn. There is one spider over a little bit away that looks like it's on literally its last leg, and there's the one that just appeared back that tried to attack you.
Ooh, hold on one sec.
Okay.
I think I know what I want to do, but I forgot to put in an area of effect for this.
That's fine. If you just need to roll for it or tell me, I don't care.
So it's Spirit Guardians that I want to cast.
Okay.
I don't know what that would cover. If I would be able to get both spiders in it. I am looking up the area of it right now. Here it is.
It's like 15 feet, I think.
It is. Oh, it didn't say.
Spirits float around you 15 feet.
Cool.
Unlimited creatures you can see to be uninfected, so I'm assuming Brennan, Cecily. They must make if it enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, so it'll be both of them next time around, they have to make a wisdom save.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, awesome. You cast that. Anything else you're doing?
Nope, that's gonna be it.
Okay, don't let me forget, on their next turn around, they have to make that wisdom save.
Yes.
Cecily is going to attack the one that appeared on near you to try to attack you with poison spray again. And it does not make it. It takes 17 points of damage. You guys watch as she like reaches out and this sort of noxious odor comes from her fingertips. Out of nowhere, sort of matches the color of her bluish purple skin, and you can smell it, and it's sort of this sulfuric smell of death, actually, but it doesn't hurt you. And the you see as for a moment the spider sort of goes limp, but it's still standing. Back up to you, Bryn.
Okay, so did she just get the one that popped up? For like that I
Yeah, there's 2 that's still out there. The one that you had hunters marked and you have advantage on is still standing sort of off in the corner. Then there's the one she just attacked, and then one disappeared.
Okay, well then seeing this one and like kind of feeling it come back, I'm gonna like whip around and shoot some arrows at it.
Okay, that hits.
And then this one was hunter's marked, so it's 15 piercing damage.
Yeah. You watch as this this one arrow just goes straight through like the thorax of this spider, and pins it to the ground, and it is dead.
All right, and there's still another one that's still there.
It's the one that looks totally destroyed.
Okay.
Yeah. That
Okay.
looks like it's hanging on its last leg.
All right, then bonus action, transfer that hunter's mark, and then shoot that one.
Awesome. Yeah, that hits.
And...
Yeah, you don't even have to. Yeah, this one you also same thing like before. This arrow goes straight through its head. It takes its head off and sort of sticks it to the wall behind it, and the body sort of like seizes for a moment, but then lays flat. The third spider, it reappears. Or is that all for your turn? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's it.
The third spider reappears, and it's going to try to attack Cecily.
Is it within the range of the spirit guardians?
It is. What does it have to do? Wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw.
7, so no.
Okay, so I didn't describe them earlier. I am back on my bullshit. So these are a whole bunch of silvery light coalescing into a whole bunch of fey wolves. And as this spider appears, they all just fucking pounce on it. And do 17 points of radiant damage.
Explain how they do that, because you kill it. Does it just tear the flesh off of it?
Absolutely. Like they're like transparent because they're just made of light. Mm-hmm. But as they like rip into this thing, they're still like tearing off legs and stuff. Like one of the mandibles is just like ripped out of the mouth, and the huntsman protects us.
You see Cecily just nod because I guess so. Yeah, you have these 3 bodies of fey spiders, and you watch Bryn. You look at this elven form with its arrow, how it had shot out. You watch as it puts its bow over its back, and it moves, and it actually kneels down and sort of steeples its hands in a praying position. And just the one in the middle stands, the mind flayer, and you see above it, in the column area above its head, like how it's built into this sort of stone area, it begins to turn, sort of like a changing every few minutes, long enough for you to see, because you read it, Bryn, the same words that match on the door, the undercommon words for spring, summer, autumn, winter, just turning slowly every few minutes. And like I said, his hands are held out.
I think this has to do with the seasons. And I think we have to give it some sort of gift, maybe. But I don't know what.
We got the sapphires.
Are the sapphires still there?
They didn't disintegrate. No, they're in the dust of the statue.
Okay, well then I'll go over and I'll pick them up, and now this is just a thought, but I mean, they're blue, and winter is kind of associated with blue, so maybe where it gets to the part where it's supposed to be winter, we get the sapphires. I'm not sure.
I trust you.
It's turning. It's at summer, at autumn.
Okay, I'll go stand by winter, and then whenever it makes a pass, I'll...
Okay, it goes to winter. You put the sapphires in. Nothing happens.
Oh, I don't think that was right.
It goes back to spring.
Maybe are there any gems in the elven, okay.
Nah, there were no gems there.
I'm gonna just look around to see if there's anything that might look like it could be presentable to these outstretched hands.
Roll an investigation check for me.
I'm very good at those, so let's see.
Can I give you guidance?
You can give her guidance or even advantage if you'd like to assist. You can help. Whichever you think would be better for her.
I should not help.
I mean, if you help, it'll just give her, two rolls to choose from, or she can have the D4, whichever one you want. You can do.
Sure. Let's do advantage.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Roll investigation check with advantage.
Roll 20 likes you. It doesn't like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Maybe not.
You look around and you know how you had seen those the fungus, glowing fungus on the walls as you came in? You notice close to this door there's like a patch that's been picked over and missing. There's parts that are missing from it.
Okay, I'm gonna go inspect this patch
Okay.
and see what's there.
Yeah, it looks like whoever's been here before you guys has picked parts of this fungus. As if they picked a flower or something.
What color is it?
It's green. Just green fungus. It's got that little bit of a luminescent light through it.
Okay, I'll pluck one of the mushrooms. So this may seem a little crazy, but it seems like a lot of people, or this patch has been picked a lot, so maybe this is one of the gifts too. I don't know where it would make sense to put it, but
Well, they were harvesting it, right?
yeah.
Or either it could bloom in spring or be harvested in fall.
Sasseline looks
I
at
don't know mushrooms.
Sasseline looks at the both of you and is just like, maybe something has to grow?
So, spring? Yeah, that sounds okay. I think I'll try that. So I'll wait for it to circle around to spring and then plink it in.
As you put it in spring, you watch as this sort of moisture begins to absorb, or begins to form in the pool of the hand, and you see as the turning stops on spring, and it's sort of, the plant begins to take roots in this stone hand, and then after a moment it turns to summer. What do we do next?
So I feel like that did something, but
It's not moving anymore.
So that's good. So I guess now we have to find what corresponds to each season. So summer. What could correspond with summer?
Fire. I cast Sacred Flame.
You cast Sacred Flame at it, and you expect this plant to burn or something to burn, but it actually begins to bloom. Little parts of fungus also begin to come out of this this piece of mushroom, and the top of the column turns to autumn.
The light of the huntsman can purify even this tainted light.
Right.
Cecily just goes, okay.
So it's fall. I wonder, there's flowers on it, right?
It's not flowers. It's just like sort of different kinds of fungus have popped up on it. It's not really that much of a green type of plant.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder, I'm thinking about what you said, Luna. So fall's representative of harvest. I wonder if we need to pick something off of it? I don't know.
Does it look like, I don't know, anything fleshy came off of it?
Not like a fruit kind of thing. It's just it did have more growth on it when you did the Sacred Flame. But the only thing, it did have these other like parts that grew the fungus. Yeah.
Should I try it?
I think so.
Okay, I'll gingerly step over and maybe pluck one of the growths off.
Nothing happens with one of them. You continue?
I'll keep going.
As soon as you've plucked off all of like the parts of this plant, and it's bare. You even feel this, because you're right, that you sort of feel this chill, and the column turns to winter.
I don't suppose you know any cold magic, do you, Luna?
No.
I'm not particularly adept with the arcane, so. But if fire worked for summer, I imagine some sort of cold ice could work for winter.
I have one cold spell. It's pretty big, though.
I'm going to. Can I try to look around this cavern again, or does it look pretty much like I've seen everything there is to see?
What are you looking for?
Something that could represent cold or ice or something.
The sapphire's still like at the bottom of this thing.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, you found, for what you're looking for, you found everything you could, you need.
All right, well then, I guess I'll go back over to the bowl and like pick up the sapphires and then put them back down.
Turn off, turn back on.
Yeah, and it works. You get the sense that maybe this had to be done in a certain order.
Okay.
And you watch as this little cloud forms above this little mushroom stalk, and it freezes and shatters into this Mind Flayer's stone hands, and you hear the click of this door unlocking behind you. And Cecily's eyes go wide. This has to be where he is, right? It was a locked door. It had to be a locked door. And she begins to run forward and pushes the door. And
I'm running after.
Yeah, she pushes the door forward, and as you all walk in, are you following as well, Bryn?
First, I would like to drink a potion.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm a little hurt.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's see. How much is I have some greater and some superior. Is greater 4d4 plus something?
I have it right here. Hold on just a second. It's greater that you need? 4d4 plus 4.
Okay. Cool. Well then I'll just very quickly down this potion. Because it doesn't seem like Cecily wants to stop to rest at this point, so. Alright. So I'll heal 14.
Luna,
nice
as you
spread.
run after Cecily, though, you sort of feel this energy overcome you. You're gonna get your slots and your health back.
Oh, well.
The huntsman provides.
Look, I asked you if you were going.
That's true. Okay. So after I do that, I'll run after him.
And you feel this same warmth and energy come, which is very strange for the Underdark. And you get your spell slots and your health back as well.
Okay. You know, that works.
And Cecily just runs into this room, and you see this is where that stream continued, and it goes into this large pool that's almost as big as this cavern. And this is about a 60 by 60 cavern, rounded room. And she runs out to the middle, and she just goes, Salem, where, my sweet boy, where are you? Are you here? Mama's come for you. She's come to take you home. And she looks around, and both of you roll a perception check for me.
I don't see shit. Oh, shit.
You do. You might see something.
Oh, I think you saw some shit. Okay. Let me see if I also...
After all this time.
My eyes finally see.
This place is touched by the huntsman.
Well, I see shit a little bit better. So.
You actually don't see shit as much as you hear these whispers all around you. It's like they're sort of overcoming. It's this dark, probing, dark probing words that you can hear that's just sort of over and over again, reminding you of death and destruction and darkness and injustice, and how this person deserves better. A bug just flew right by my face. You also hear that? Sorry, it just distracted me. But you hear these words over and over again, and you see Cecily go forward. My sweet boy, where are you? What do you want me to? No, darling, they've helped. I can't hurt them. They've helped. And you can hear her saying this out loud. She isn't trying to hide it from you.
Whatever you're listening to, it might be some evil magic. Be careful.
She turns and looks back at you with this smile. No, he would never. It can't be evil. He's a good boy.
I might not have enough time, but
nothing seems out of the ordinary yet. You guys are just sort of hearing these whispers, and both of you, as this is passing, you are seeing in this water. This is that same sort of gloopy water. You are seeing that bubbling, but nothing's happening. And
okay.
Cecily is just looking around.
If I have a minute, I would like to try primeval awareness to get a sense of what sort of, if there are any creatures around us.
Yeah. What does that do? Put that in the. Read it to me.
Let me hit the blue.
Aberrations.
And I'm just gonna do a first level spell slot. So.
There is definitely an aberration in this room.
Oh, that's one of my favorite enemies.
And you're not sure what it is. You're not sure where it is, but it's big, and it is in this room.
There's a large presence of an aberration here. We need to be extremely cautious. I'll say probably mostly to Luna, because they're probably the only one who will pay attention to me at this point.
Pay attention whenever you tell me to be cautious. Sure. The huntsman will protect us. And I'll walk further in.
Since where the aberration is?
It doesn't tell you where the location is. No.
Okay.
Unless that's something with your favored enemy. I don't think it is.
Let me check. It's been a hot minute since I've played.
I don't play Rangers a lot, so I don't know a lot of their smaller features.
Half the time I use the revised one, so.
Okay.
I think you have to maybe take time to track it.
This is just, it's just, I have advantage to track and intelligence checks to recall information about them. So maybe I can try and track and see if I can find, based off tracks alone, where this presence might be.
You don't see any tracks, but I'll allow you to try to listen again and see if you can get a sense, since you know that it's here.
Okay. And so I guess since it is a favorite enemy, I get advantage?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, that bubbling in the water is getting louder. Even you can hear this, Luna. But you, Bryn, being a ranger, there's movement underneath that water, and you both see Cecily moving toward it, closer and closer.
No, you need to step back.
I think my boy's in there, and I need to go.
Well, here, we'll check it out first, and I'll try
protect her.
Oh, okay. What do I roll against that?
It is a save of some sort.
I think it's wisdom or charisma. It's charisma.
I think it's wisdom.
Wisdom? I don't know how to play this game.
Wisdom 16. Damn it.
Oh man, so close though. She sort of shakes it off, and she just goes, turns and looks at you. How dare you? I'm trying to save my boy, and you're going to try to hurt me. he's my dearest son. And as she says that, you both watch as from the pool behind her, this large eel creature comes up.
At this point that Luna knew. They fucked up.
She fucked up!
No, where's the husband?
This large eel creature with this huge mouth full of just jagged, sharp teeth springs forward from this water. Mucus is covering its body along with this jello-like, substance. And it's the same skin color as her. It's a sort of faded bluish purple. Tentacles hanging off of it. And, roll initiative.
Son?
Dad?
It's my boy.
Oh, Luna. Luna.
They're trying their best.
All right. This is fine.
So yes, Cecily sees you, Luna, and her eyes go narrowed as you just see this anger go through her. And, she's going to, I think she's going to cast a Thunder Wave toward the both of you, actually.
That's a con save?
Yes, it is a DC 20 con save.
I rolled a 5.
That's going to hit you too, Bryn. I believe so. Or did you follow them in? Both of you are pushed back, and you take 11 points of damage as this rumble in this cave begins to shake loudly, and you hear this loud boom of thunder, and even the water sort of sloshes over the edges of this big pool. And she says, "How dare you try to keep me from my boy, my sweet, sweet boy." And Bryn, it's your turn.
Oh boy, this isn't gonna go well. I'll just call out to Cecily. They were just trying to help you. You have to look, see what your son is. He's not your son anymore. And try and persuade her to see if my words have any sort of effect.
I won't count it as an action if you still want to attack afterwards. Roll a persuasion check.
Good thing charisma is my dump stat. But, no. Sometimes you gotta do what your character would do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see.
That's a nat 20. Yeah.
You see her sort of look confused, and she looks at her. She's just like, no, that's my boy. And she falls to her knees, and for her next turn, she'll be sort of out. She won't have a turn next turn. She'll lose a turn. But you haven't fully convinced her that's still her son, but she is out of a turn. So yeah, it is the son's turn. I think he is going to he gets 3 tentacle attacks. He's going to I think he's seeing that, Bryn, you were speaking to his mother. He's going to reach out 3 times to hit you. 23, 15, and 21.
I would like to do a thing.
Yes, of course.
As a reaction.
Yes.
I think I can do it.
The 20s hit.
Okay.
For sure. But the 15 does not.
Okay. Yes. So disadvantage on I'll allow
an attack roll.
on the first one, yeah. So I'll roll that one again. Still hits, guys.
All right.
I'm not seeing it, so.
Oh, you didn't see it?
Mm-hmm.
It was the first one I rolled was a 23, so with disadvantage I rolled a 25, so 23 would still hit.
Yeah, that's okay, so 2 hit.
2, just 2 hit, yeah. Mm-hmm. So you need to make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw. Just 1 for right now. We'll see how it happens.
All right. Come on, con save. Oh.
Okay. Then make another one for me.
Okay.
Oh, you're good. You're good. So, yeah, you feel it. You take 24 points of bludgeoning damage, but you feel as if this like acidic disease was going to try to rip through your body, but you're able to shake it off. That good con. Luna, it is your turn.
Okay. So, I'm gonna look at this, what I assume is, what I think it is, a big catfish, eel monster thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna stare at it and call upon the huntsman using using divine intervention.
Oh.
Oh, let's see how this shakes out.
Not well. Not well at all.
Oh, honey.
Let's be opposite.
So what does that look like though?
It's just me reaching under my half plate armor and pulling out a amulet that looks like the full moon, and I'm just holding on to it. Huntsman, I know you're with me. Please help us restore this child. And nothing happens.
New phone, who dis?
New phone, who dis?
It's because he's not in chat.
Nothing happens. Is that all for your turn? Is that a whole action?
That is an action. For my bonus action, I would like to use Holy Weapon as I pull out Lightbringer once more.
Okay. It's back up to Cecily, but she's still sort of on the ground looking at what's happening, what her son is doing, what's going on, and she's not reacting. Bryn, it's your turn.
Okay, so, yeah, I think at this point, I'll go ahead and I'll start attacking. So, let's see. Do I want to do this or... Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and cast Hunter's Mark and shoot for now.
I also figured out why you couldn't see it, because it was on to Whisper to GM. Pro Roll20 user. Sorry, guys. Yeah, you cast Hunter's Mark on it.
All right. And then I will... I'll take the shot. Take the 2 shots. And we'll see how this goes. All right. 15.
That does not hit.
All right.
Well,
That does not hit.
Okay.
Yeah, it probably being pushed back by the thunder wave sort of gets you, off of your feet and your footing. You're not able to ground yourself just yet. So both of the arrows go wide. And he's a slippery little creature, so he's moving around, and you're not able to get a hit on him. He's going to try to make a Bryn, I'm sorry, make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay. Let's see.
okay.
Oh, wait.
Okay, you sort of feel this probing in your mind, and it hurts. It's almost like someone's taken like an ice pick and dug it in your mind, but you shake it off, and you look straight at the aboleth, and you just hear this loud roar as it seems a little bit angry that it didn't get anything. But that's its turn. Luna, it's your turn.
For my bonus action, I will Lightbringer and make it pulse with its divine moonlight.
Mm-hmm.
And it's already a holy weapon. How far is the aboleth away from me?
You guys are about 30, 40. I'm sort of loose on that, but we'll say a good 30 to 40 if that's what you need.
My walking speed is 25.
Oh, those short little legs.
So I'm gonna get pretty close, and cast Guardian of Faith, getting my wonderful bipedal wolf back in this action.
Yes. So is this for Cecily or the aboleth?
It will be for the aboleth.
Oh, next turn.
Well, it's whenever they come into his space.
Okay, gotcha.
He's gonna be next to me. I've got 10 feet, so whenever one of them gets into his area.
Okay. Well, Cecily's in its area, so yeah, Cecily will have to does she need to do it on her turn or your turn?
Her turn.
Okay. Awesome. And is that your turn?
Yes.
Seeing you move close, yeah, you're just into reach of this. It's gonna use its legendary action to make a tail swipe at you, Luna. An 11.
The huntsman protects me.
Every time you say that, I just die. It makes his tail swipe, but it looks like it's maybe trying to avoid its mother, or it's seen this thing that you've just put up, and it's maybe doesn't really know what to make of it, so it whiffs and isn't able to hit you. And it's Cecily's turn, and she sees you coming forward, and she just goes, "No, I won't let you hurt him. I can't. I won't allow it." And she's going to cast Call Lightning on you.
Fenrir, darling.
DC 20 Dexterity save.
All right. Is she threatening me?
Yes.
Or is she within 10 feet of me?
She didn't move. She's still on the ground. She's still sort of on her knees, prone on the ground.
Is this lightning threatening me?
Is this lightning? I mean, it is threatening. Pretty threatening.
Just to make sure this doesn't work, Huntsman, protect me.
Yeah, you feel, and especially in that metal armor, you get a little fried. It's just a little zing. And you see this happen, Bryn. This same thing that happened with the cube. Her fingertips begin to exert this sort of power, and she just surges it forward as it hits Luna, as she's trying to keep you guys away from this aberration.
I've still got a little bit of battery acid on me.
Yeah. Bryn, it's your turn.
Oh, I take 13 lightning damage? Cool.
Yeah,
cool,
13.
Cool. I think you're on mute.
Yeah, I was just thinking through spells, but I don't want to get you caught in some nasty stuff. So,
it matters on what is a lot. I'm sort of loose on a lot of area of effects with your allies.
Okay.
If that it sort of matters on what the spell is, but I'm like the thing with the bow, with the arrow. You probably know how to cast it. It just matters on what kind it is and what level it is.
I was gonna try and do lightning arrow, and that has like a component where it hits you and you take lightning damage, but then everything within 10 feet also takes lightning damage.
Who are you gonna shoot it at? The aboleth or Cecily?
The aboleth.
It's not gonna. It won't hit. Luna.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I drop concentration on Hunter's Mark. And then I will use a bonus action to cast Lightning Arrow.
Okay.
And let me put that little blurb up.
Look at that blurb.
Yeah.
So blurby.
Such a blurb.
Then I'll just say, I really don't want to have to do this, but you're leaving me no choice. And I'll take a shot at the aboleth creature. And I think I put something in here, especially for lightning arrow. Yeah, I did. God dang it. Okay.
That misses.
It says the target takes So the target takes 48 lightning damage on a hit or half as much on a miss.
Whether you hit or miss, I have to make okay, I'm gonna make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, and then
15.
16.
Yeah, so 14 points of damage.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Yeah, it sort of whizzes past its head, but like it has this lightning energy that's sort of similar to what Cecily did. So it still like latches on to the aboleth. And it's able to like sort of shock it, and you see it react to it.
Cecily will also have to make a dex save.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
For the 14.
An 18.
Okay.
So 14 points of damage.
Yeah, so she gets the 7 points of damage. The 21's for the initial hit. If it hits.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, same thing happens to her. It's sort of like as it flies over her, it's able to like sort of latch on some, lightning damage that sort of like seizes her up, but it's more of a little bit of a shock than a full electrical jolt. They're both looking very solid. Anything else on this turn?
Yeah, I think that's it. I don't get if I don't take the attack action, I don't get the other attack.
Gotcha.
I believe that's how that works.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, so that's it for me.
Okay. So the sun is going to attack, and seeing that Luna has come closer, is going to try to hit at you, Luna, with a tentacle.
Is it coming within 10 feet?
Yes. Oh, no, well, it's not moving. The tentacle is. I think I'll still count that because it's still part of it.
DC 16 dexterity if you're counting it.
Yeah. Does not make it. So how much damage?
20 points of radiant damage.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, that it's what does that look like? What does that wolf do? Does that bite at it like it does?
Well, the wolf's mouth do.
What'd that mouth do?
Is as soon as that tail comes in, it's seeing something that it thinks is real good and real fresh, and it's just gonna chomp down on it. It's still incorporeal, but this silvery light spirit guardian is gonna just rip a little chunk out of it. It's gonna be nasty.
16, 28, and 16.
28 hits.
Okay,
16s do not.
You'll take 12 points of bludgeoning damage, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm great at those. Okay? Cool.
The only reason I didn't do it on all three of them is because it is a multi-attack. He just goes bat. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I would have also wanted to use my reaction to do a warning flare.
Okay, yeah, but we can go back for the 28.
Yeah.
I'm not picky. I don't care. What does that do?
It just imposes disadvantage.
Okay, I'll roll that one again. 19.
Still hits,
okay.
But
12 points of bludgeoning and then a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. Cool. Gnar.
This tentacle hits back against your armor, and it's a good solid hit. And you think that's all, but after a moment you feel this like goop begin to sink in between the folds of your armor, and it burns. You're not sure what's happening yet, but you feel sort of this burning begin to take over your body. But you shake it off for a minute. You're okay for a moment. Luna, it's your turn.
Well, fuck me. I'm close enough now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would like to attack with Lightbringer. I think I only have one attack. But yeah.
As a cleric?
Maybe.
Yeah, you only have one.
So yeah, I will attack with Lightbringer.
Oh yeah, that's a good solid hit.
So not only will it do that many damage,
okay,
But I also still have Holy Weapon activated, which is also going to do
Nice.
some more damage. So that is going to be 24 points of damage total, 8 of which is bludgeoning. The rest of it is radiant.
Nice. Yeah, you do this tentacle is sort of like hit out against you before it has time to fully pull back one of these tentacles. You're able to bring Lightbringer down on top of it, and you see this like radiant light from this holy weapon surge out, and like as it hits it, the tentacle sort of coils up back onto this aboleth. It's a good solid hit.
How are you looking, Bryn?
You know, I've been better. Not quite at half, but I'm getting a little close.
Huntsman, protect her.
Just Huntsman, you ain't been answering the phone, but look out for her.
You get 10 points of healing.
Oh, thank you. I'm at 69 hit points.
Nice. Thanks, Huntsman.
Hey.
Hey. Cecily seeing this happen, and she sort of gets her own jolt. She is going to keep she's going to keep Call Lightning up on you, Luna. So give me a dexterity save. Oh my god, why is your dex roll so bad? Sweet cleric. 17 points of lightning damage as this sort of shock goes through you again.
Oh wait, 17.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's cool. You're cool.
It's cool. Everything's cool. The huntsman will protect me.
Oh, Huntsman, protect a little harder.
If you die in this, you don't have to go through what the aboleth is going to put you through.
That's true.
Bryn, it's your turn.
Luna, how are you looking at this point?
On a scale from like 1 to 73, I'm at about 31.
Oh god.
Oh, oh boy. Okay. All right.
Do a thing.
Are you sure?
Do a thing.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, oh, Luna.
I've still got Fenrir next to me. He will protect me.
To be fair, that's a good chunk of damage each turn.
Oh, you're still stressing me out. But
I am protected.
yeah, I think honestly, I'm just gonna go for the lightning arrow again. See if I can get a good, solid hit on this aboleth. So, use my last 3rd level spell slot. Cast that bad boy, and let's hope I actually make a direct hit.
You don't use a spell slot for that. It just stays up for the whole concentration until you're hit or use another concentration spell.
It's until she uses another attack. But the thing is, you would be using an attack action, so you would be able to get multiple attacks during this round.
Well, then yeah. So you could use this first and then take a regular attack, correct? Is that right?
The next time you make a ranged weapon attack, the weapon's ammunition is transformed.
Yeah.
So you would still be able to make multiples. It's just that first one is replaced by the spell.
Yep. And it doesn't count as a spell slot, I believe, because you still have the concentration up from the last one.
Is it?
I think the concentration goes away whenever that attack is made.
Okay,
it's
that's
sort of
right.
like the smite
rangers.
Spells.
I'm a cleric and a druid player, guys.
Yeah.
But no, that's fine.
Okay, yeah. All right, so I'll go ahead. I'll do the lightning arrow first. See if that.
Does not hit. But they both have to make dex saves, right?
Yeah, make dex saves for that 6
Yes, nat 1.
Oh.
So that is 18 or 6.
So let me double check.
I'll make it for Cecily as well.
Okay. So for the attack roll, the target takes 48 lightning damage on a hit or half as much damage on the miss. So I think
it's the 6.
Okay. And then whether you hit or miss, each creature within the 10 feet of the target must make a dex save Each of these creatures takes 2d8
So 6
lightning
and
damage
3.
or half.
Okay. Awesome. 6 and 3. Okay, cool.
And then I'll take another attack at the arrow.
Regular attack, yeah.
That hits.
Okay. So now it wants to. Okay, that's fine.
That's cool. That's cool.
And then just 9 points of damage on that one.
Have you used your Gloomstalker feature?
Which one?
The extra attack on the beginning?
I didn't do it because I think I used the first action to talk to talk to her.
You can use it. If you haven't used it yet, I'll let you use a feature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'll take one more. See how that goes. Yay!
Yeah, that hits. Yeah, I'm not gonna make you waste a feature.
Okay, and then it's just 1d8 extra piercing.
Okay, awesome.
So,
you're firing off these arrows, and even though the lightning one misses, it still makes a little bit of a contact to give it a shot, and it's looking pretty hurt. It's not bloodied or anything, but it's looking pretty tired. It's turn now, and since the only one close enough for it to reach is going to be it's going to be Luna, so it's going to I think it's going to make a wisdom saving throw, Luna.
Cleric,
protect me.
please.
The huntsman shields my mind.
Oh my god. Connor, what is up with your rolls tonight?
The silent man is a bad guy.
Oh my god.
No, it's literally roll 20. Roll 20 just hates me.
This aboleth looks at you, Luna, and you feel this probing action in your brain that's just like this deep penetrating pain through your mind, and you don't want to hurt this thing. This is Cecily's son. She told you that he's good. He is. Something went wrong. It's not his fault that this has happened. You can't take reactions, and you are under its control, but you can repeat the saving throw if you take damage.
Okay.
And it is your turn. You can still hurt Cecily, but you don't want to hurt the aboleth.
Did the huntsman lead me on the wrong path? I'm gonna look up at Fenrir. And that's my turn.
Oh man.
Gosh.
Oh. I'm gonna heal myself.
You can heal yourself, which is actually good because you're gonna take some damage.
Huh.
So you might want to do that first.
Oh.
Good. 18 points of healing. Because you feel you feel this piercing grow deeper in your mind, and you just hear these words over and over again about death and destruction again, and you're going to take 10 points of psychic damage. And Bryn, you see that the aboleth looks a little bit healthier, as if it's sort of surged some energy.
So I re-rolled my save. 17.
You made it. Mm-hmm. You break free.
No.
Is it I?
I'm gonna look at this aboleth fucking pissed.
Is it I who is out of touch with the huntsman?
No, it's the child who is wrong.
It's Cecily's turn. I think she is going to I think she's going to keep call lightning up on you, Luna. I'm sorry. I don't know what else is she gonna do.
I guess I'll die.
Guess I'll die. I mean, make a dexterity save. One day you'll make it.
No.
And take 8 points of lightning damage. And then, Bryn, it's your turn.
Hey, Luna, how are you looking?
Just pop off on this aboleth. You guys don't have much left.
You know, interestingly enough, on a scale from 1 to 73, I'm back at a 31.
You went all over the place.
Oh my gosh, you're stressing me out. Oh. Okay.
Destroy the child.
Destroy. You went from save the child to destroy the child.
So, Bryn looks like she's about to run over and, like, help Luna, but upon hearing this, she's gonna be like, okay, just be careful. And, bonus action, Hunter's Mark, because I got rid of the concentration from Lightning Arrow.
Yep.
So let's put that back up. Getting low on the first little spell slots, but that's okay. All right, and then I'm just gonna, for the love of God, keep shooting at this aboleth.
Huntsman, please.
I have the sharpshooter feat, but I am too afraid to use. I've been rolling like shit, so I'm gonna just keep rolling straight.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, that would have been so good.
That hits.
All right.
6.
Why did it say 6 + 1?
Because in case you got the advantage.
In case you got the
okay.
crit damage.
So, 7 points of piercing damage. Take that.
Okay.
All right, and I'll go again.
That hits.
All right.
9.
And then that one's 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Is that all for you?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, these arrows are making purchase in its body, and it's looking worse than it did before it seemed to hurt Luna. And now it is its turn. And does it have to attack before it takes that damage, or does it take it automatically? It has to come into that range, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's going to make its attack. And then
Dex save, DC 16.
Does not make it. How much damage? 17?
20.
20? How does this wolf rip this tentacle off and kill it?
Yay!
So I was having a crisis of faith on my last round whenever I was enslaved by this aboleth. So Fenrir and I shared a lovely moment where I'm like, what do I need to do? You have a better connection to the huntsman than I do. It's terrible. I fucking hate it. And he looked at me and then turned around and got real fucking pissed and leapt at it and then started tearing out its fucking face tentacles and shit. And just ripping into it. And then let's just say that it does like 40 points of radiant damage and then has to dissipate. And then this just like silvery glow is just like drifting down upon the corpse of this, what was once a drow child.
You see as this aboleth, it sort of was this big apparition. It sort of slumps over, and you watch as Cecily's form dissipates.
Oh,
that little
that bitch.
Into that of the picture you had seen earlier of the young man. And he looks at the both of you and just goes, well, you passed the test, and perhaps one day I'll call on you again. And as he snaps his fingers, he disappears, and both of you sort of feel this same chill that you felt earlier come over you. And you wake up back in the camp that you had woke up in earlier, in the Underdark. The spider webs and the fungus all around you. There's no crying this time. The wounds you received are real. You're still in a lot of pain. You're still hurting. But there's no one around you. And that was your visit to the Underdark. We'll leave it right there for right now.
Oh, what's the explanation?
Who knows? And maybe it was the huntsman.
Huntsman?
Am I still diseased?
Please.
Maybe.
Greater restoration, bitch.
Yeah, you're like a high level cleric. You're probably good.
Oh my gosh. There's more questions and answers.
The huntsman will answer all of our questions.
We must ask the huntsman. Trust the huntsman.
Trust in the huntsman.
So
Follow his
yeah,
light.
I hope you guys had fun. I made that all up, except the puzzle. I made the puzzle up earlier, but yeah, everything else was made up out of the seat of my pants. We go backwards this time with Kylen and Connor. Tell us who you are, where we can find you, if you have any plugs, and what you thought about the adventure.
Okay, well, I want to start with what I thought about it. It was a lot of fun. I don't really get a lot of opportunities to do higher level play. So definitely, it's fun because I don't really get to do that side of D&D much. So, and of course, it was just, expertly crafted adventure, lots of twists and turns. So really, I had just an amazing time. And of course, I always love playing with Connor as well. He's my bud. So so hi, I'm Kylen. You can find me at Kyle with an N, pretty much on most everything. Twitter is the main place to find me. You'll see me tweeting a lot about Critical Role. I like to live tweet that, D&D, other RPGs, and then just whatever random shit. You can catch me most Saturdays on Pro Restarters channel. I'm in Dragon Knights with these two, if that's pointing the right way.
This way.
With these two.
These two, yeah.
So you can catch us there 1 Eastern Standard Time. Where it's definitely a lot going on right now, spicy stuff. So don't want to miss that. Other than that, I don't stream for myself on Twitch, but I am a mod in Connor's channel, so you can catch me there whenever he streams. And also Connor and I have a podcast. Yeah, I'll let him plug more about it, but yeah, you should check that out too.
Connor, yeah, same questions. Who you are, where we can find you, any plugs, and what you enjoyed or didn't enjoy. I'm cool with that too.
So I'm going to start off with what I enjoyed. Also, just because I've been using. I don't know how much I can say, but let me just say I've been looking at aboleths a lot within the past couple of days because they're great and there's a lot of really great lore about them and they're one of my new favorite monsters.
Oh, it was meant to be then.
It really was.
Oh.
I'm scared now because I know we got a game tomorrow.
Yeah, you might want to watch out.
I mean, level 1 characters.
Throw an aboleth at them.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Thank you for this opportunity to get me back on my bullshit and play a werewolf themed character. Let me just. It's fucking bullshit that light clerics do not get the moonbeam spell.
What?
That is, I just noticed that today. Like that's bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, and praise be to the huntsman who was the Silent Band 96 character in a former campaign of ours, became a demigod and stuff. He's a bad god. Bad at his job. And Yeah, that was super fun. Definitely gonna have to revisit Luna at a later date because they were really fun to play. But yeah, I am Cyberwolf1201. You can find me at Cyberwolf1201 on the internets, on Twitter, where I tweet about Critical Role and am working my way to become a verified shit poster. You can also find me on twitch.tv/Cyberwolf1201, where I don't do a lot of RPG content, but I have been known to play video games badly and talk about the lore slightly less badly because I mean lore's fun. I like digging apart and getting into some good nitty gritty lore. Kylen and I have also been doing a podcast on the archive channel on YouTube for that, where we get drunk and talk about it, talk about random stuff. Been having a lot of fun doing that. For the RPG content that I do get involved with, like these other two, there's some in some direction.
This
like
way
these
for
other
you.
two lovelies.
This way for you. This way for
All right. Like these other two lovelies, I'm on Pro Reshard's Dragon Knights campaign on Saturdays. I also play Mondays on Indoor_Adventures channel, where Monday
Oh no.
Monday I choose an archetype, and so some deep lore is about to come out. It's going to be great. I've been sitting on this for 3 months.
The best part.
And a channel that I'm not on a lot, but I've been involved with behind the scenes, Open for Adventure, all one word, all spelled out, twitch.tv/Open for Adventure. They're doing some really cool shit right now, and that's a really cool channel that you should follow. And maybe at some point you'll see me on there. Maybe. You can also find them on Twitter at Open4Adventure. So, yeah, I think that's all for my plugs.
I'm Katie. You were here for a reason, and it was probably not to see my face, but to see these other faces, which is awesome. I have a Twitter. I do have a Twitter at KatieFace. I have a schedule on Twitter because I do a lot of games, which is why I'm so sleepy all the time. I don't think I have anything tomorrow. I could be horribly wrong and forgetting about something. Monday, I'll be back on Off the Table. And I just want to thank Kylen and Connor for coming, because this was a random, just me messaging the both of them, hey, what y'all doing today? Want to play something handy? And I'm really glad you guys came, and I'm really glad you enjoyed it. That means a lot to me. And I think we're going to get out of here.
Thank you so much for having us.
I'm really glad you guys came, and see you guys later.
Bye.